his first year, and kept getting up and kept making plays. And that's a sign of a tough guy, a leader, a guy that guys around him want to play for. And they've got a bunch of great athletic guys to throw to. Their running game is kind of the X factor. I think this year it's that much better, and they combine a lot of run pass conflicts for a defense, and with the ability to throw it short and deep. And so when you've got good scheme and great players, that's a challenge.
Were you close to Lamb again?
No, I think he was, as I recall, I think there were some family connections at Cal. I think his dad and his mom maybe both went to Cal. And I think the first day I went there to recruit him, he was wearing a big Cal sweatshirt and Cal something else. So it's never a good sign.
What's the atmosphere like in the locker room right now? Are you guys playing with more fun than earlier in the season?
The atmosphere in the locker room right now is Tyson Coleman and Matt Pearson are cleaning up. I just saw them both, and I was checking on that. Are we playing with more fun? Is that what you said? Yes. Winning might put a few more spaces. Hopefully, it makes you dig in that much more and improve on all the same mistakes that could have cost us the other night. You learn from and you improve just as you would taking ownership in a loss, and that is the key again, is to take the good and keep doing those things and improve upon those things and fix the not so good, and flush them and move forward.
Back to Aaron.
I talked to Ugo a little bit earlier, and he said one of the biggest problems with the secondary still is communication problems, guys not communicating when they see different formations and things like that, leading to blown coverages. How is that still a thing this late in the season?
That's a thing at every level of football. And I know you're the perfect male, but males aren't great communicators to begin with. And then there's, crowd noise, there's situational stuff, all those things. And I showed those guys the other day when we had the blown coverage for a touchdown, and it's literally me away from Ryan right here, that distance of just turn and communicate to that guy. We had a check, and one guy didn't get it. And in defense, again, you'd rather have 11 guys doing the same wrong thing than 10 of 11 doing the right thing, because it's touchdown. We had two guys running wide open, uncovered on a route we had going, a protection check that two offensive linemen are 30 inches apart, 36 inches apart, and we didn't get that communicated. A touchdown turns into a sack. And so those things happen at every level of football, every single day, certainly every single game day, and just constantly hammering how important that is, and seeing those situations happen in a game and being very impactful, hopefully has some meaning moving forward.
Is that the biggest difference then between this year and last year, when we had Efo and Taylor and Dark, and those guys maybe communicated better?
Well, they communicated better, certainly, because they were that much more experienced, but they still made mistakes and still had issues. And that is going to happen. That guys, mistakes are going to be made.
Preston, the middle.
Final month of the season, at this point in November, the last 5 or 6 years, I think you guys have been right there in the national championship hunt. This year, not so much. How does it feel? It's kind of uncharted territory for you guys to be where you're at right now, not in that national picture.
I would say oddly the same. I didn't watch the college football playoff thing last year, and I won't watch it this year. Of just in terms of preparation for what's next and what's a normal Tuesday of getting ready for a great challenge in Cal, and maybe less media. That would be the only thing that would be different right now.
I saw that from the Pac-12 conference call. You likened working with Vernon Adams to breaking a stallion.
I said I didn't know. I've never broken a stallion, so I didn't know if that was a good analogy. But yeah.
I was going to ask if you could elaborate on that, and if there is a better analogy then to what it's like kind of working with Vernon.
It's great. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not smart enough to put together that analogy, but he's got that element of playground, of great feel, of just playmaking instincts, and you don't want to take that away. You don't want to run trap and dive and not let the guy do what he does. At the same time, you want to play within your structure and within your system, and he's doing that as best as he can. He's competing great, and he cares a lot. And so that it's that, which again happens all the time, and you'd rather have it this way than a guy that was incapable of doing that. And, trying to, you can never create that kind of knack. That's, you can't just teach a guy to do that. It's impossible.
Jerry?
Coach, back here, you talk about communication and the issues that teams have. Do they not teach as much, or is there not much communication in high school? Do you find that kids coming up to this level are just not used to talking through different defenses and scenarios?
I think that's highly variable, just based on the individual, based on the defense they played in high school, how much they were asked to do or not do. And then, a lot of it is guys just, again, that they're not just accustomed to talking a lot and communicating a lot. We do a ton that's nonverbal because we can't hear in our stadium. So, again, we always talk about seeing the guy see you, see him, see you communicate. And if we do that, we're in great shape. If everybody's on the same page, we're in great shape. If we don't, not so much. And the natural tendency, again, for the average person is when things aren't great, it's, you go tunnel vision and you go phone booth, and you can't do that either. You have to work together. You have to play together. And that's, again, an ongoing thing every single year.
Andrew Gross, left.
In the summertime, Vernon said that he wasn't really comfortable being a straight-ahead runner, like a read option or doing that kind of running, but yet he's so elusive and has an obvious comfort doing that. Is there a difference between a guy who can really take off down the field and do the option versus a guy who just is great at keeping a play alive?
There is, yeah. I mean, I think he definitely has a knack more so of drop back, feel stuff happen and then create. I don't know what, again, I'm not good at, John Stockton pressing on a fast break of feeling lanes, feeling wherever, versus just, hammering it up in there like, Tim Tebow or Cam Newton or somebody that, of that nature. He's much more so the former.
Jay Allen, back to your right.
Hey, Coach. Can you elaborate a little bit more on their rushing attack? I mean, I know Goff gets all the headlines, but they can run it pretty well too, right?
Yeah. Lasco is a great back. I thought one thing that really spoke highly of him was going down and making the tackle on their first kickoff. That guy can run and hit. He's tough. He's been banged up, and we love it when our guys make plays on special teams, and that says a lot about him. And then they do a great job of just they run a run play similar to some of the things that we do. They throw the ball downfield a lot more than we do, which is that much more difficult. Of if you're a backside linebacker that has a run fit and you're in the A gap and your zone is 8 yards downfield to the field, that's impossible to defend. And so they do a great job of mixing that up.
Questions? Oh, Ryan. Right.
What does your shirt say?
Oh, it's Memorial Hockey.
Sorry.
Okay. Marcus is kind of having a tough rookie season in terms of the Titans' record and an injury, and now Ken Wisenhunt being fired. Have you had a chance to talk to him at all this season and see how he's doing?
We've talked a couple times and then text messaged a little bit, and I texted him this morning after I heard about that. I know that he liked Coach Wisenhunt a lot, and they were making, having a relationship and building towards something. Again, unfortunate reality of the profession right now.
Any other questions? Kristen?
We live in Oregon. It's supposed to rain on Saturday, but what do you remember of the monsoon from the Cal game 2 years ago?
It's perfect conditions. No, I think I said that night it was like playing in a dishwasher or a washing machine. I've never seen it rain like that ever. And I've lived in this state for most of my life, and that was bizarre. But we always joke that the weather's 100% chance of perfect. So whatever it is, it'll be great.
Andrew Greif.
Byron made the trip to Arizona State, obviously on the scooter still. Are there plans at all to try to get a medical red shirt for him, keep him around another year?
That's ongoing. Nothing has been, to my knowledge, decided, one way or the other. And it's kind of one of those things, I think that there's just ongoing discussions and debate.